Okay, so when you put all these pieces together and you start to realize, okay, where are my landmines? Where are my landmines? And you're constantly looking at these landmines. Don't forget, there's landmines on both sides. Okay, so for example, if I say there's a big buyer here, that's a landmine as well. But what did the landmine do when the price came there? Nothing. That means sellers still have control over the market, right? We want the sellers to start slowing down and their landmines stop having an effect. Watch for all the walls, all the barriers, all the landmines along the way. They need to be, wherever you enter your trade, they need to be away from those landmines. Okay? And you must see all the signs and clues that says, hey, looks like the landmines aren't working anymore. If the landmines aren't working anymore, I think I'm clear for a go until the next landmine. Does that make sense? So, and that's how you play your trades in. That's how you play your trades in. So let me show you this one here. So this is basically the trade I did yesterday. So actually I wanted to show you guys how this whole process happens. That was when I was stocking it. It is around these candles when I saw some struggle. It's like, 3 hours have passed by at this price. Nothing has happened. It hasn't shown any red movements or strong pushes down. I see a higher low happen. Buyers are fighting very aggressively. I saw the seller start to die out here where there's a lot of chop, chop, chop. Remember, that's the V formation we drew, this piece right here. But I didn't trust the test yet because the sellers were so strong, and I was like, maybe they're going to push me back down and I'm going to have a secondary test, and then I'll buy it. I prefer to buy it down here, just like anybody else. I want to buy with my buyers. I don't want to buy at the area where the sellers are, but I need to read it first. I need to read it as well as I can to say, I don't think my sellers are coming back. Okay? And if the sellers aren't coming back, well, that just means you're clear for a buy. Okay? So having that said, we had another client in the elite community give it a shot. The trade started to work out in my favor. Here's the 60 on the right side. It starts to work out in my favor. Pulled back a little bit. Went in and started to go higher and higher and higher. And then it started to bounce and start coming back at me. This is the moment when I had my stops moved to 0. There we are. This is 7 hours. Oops, sorry. There we go. 7 hours ago, right here. Move stops to 0, break even, have meetings back to back today. I won't have time to babysit this precious trade. And 5 hours ago, 2 hours into it later, the trade reaches the take profit area. Okay, it becomes aggressive and goes straight back to the top. And this trade generated $1,500 US approximately for 3 standard lots. So it's not so big of a lot size, but you can see this is just one trade. There's so many trades like this out there, and if you spend the time and energy in learning all these concepts in the right way, then whatever investment you put into this educational course or other educational courses or training programs or mentorship programs, you have to understand one thing. It's going to make you better and better and better. Then all it's going to take is probably 1 or 2 trades and you have everything back. Okay? Now, I'm not saying be aggressive about it and then, I need to make $30,000 or $10,000 in one trade, but take it easy. But as you start getting it, the numbers are not so difficult to reach, and then you'll look at whatever investment you've made with either MPA or 4CB or whatever it might be like probably one of the best investments you've ever made in your life, right? So layer your education, go piece by piece. Make sure anything that you study, whether it's from me or from anybody else, it needs to make sense. It needs to show results. If it doesn't do those 2 pieces together, then it's going to take you really, 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 really long time to crack this market. You need both pieces. One, someone needs to explain to you in a way you can understand. And the next thing is everything that's taught, you must be able to go back, look at your screen and says, can I do this? Okay? theory can only go so far. You need to make it practical. Use the weeks in between to use it as practical as you want, as much as you want. Okay? All right, so on to the next week. We will be covering a little bit more on this, and we'll look at a little bit more of the timing aspects of surrounding that last bit of entering and stuff like that. Okay? So hopefully I should have another example for you guys, because now we need to go into examples of trades, because we are starting to put this together. You understand now why I could not show you all this in the MPA course, right? So I hope you believe me, my heart is in the right place. I want to train you, but I don't want to overwhelm you. Okay, I don't want to overwhelm you, because at the end of the day, you guys will end up screaming at me by giving you too much information all at once. So we must layer it piece by piece, yeah? Okay, so thank you for being so patient so far. For those of you who made it this far, we're going to make it better. We're going to go further. Until next time, guys. Cheers. See you guys next week.